I've never seen so many characters make so many bad decisions. So many bad decisions. What's going on, guys? My name's Cliff, and this is Unpack That Bowl. Unpack That Bowl, the show where we take a deep dive into pop culture. On this episode of Unpack That Bowl, we're going to take a deep dive into the movie Greta and all the dumb decisions that were made in the movie. The 2018 movie Greta tells the story of a young woman named Frances, played by Chloe Moretz Grace. She recently moved to New York City and she's a girl from a small town now in the Big Apple. On the subway one day, she finds a woman's purse and decides to return it to her. Doing that, she meets an elderly French woman named Greta, who she quickly befriends, and they start hanging out. So in one of these hangouts at Greta's house, Frances finds a whole cabinet of handbags that Greta leaves around as breadcrumbs to unsuspecting females so she could bring them in as friends and feed them and I guess capture them. She's got a whole box situation going on. We'll talk about that later. Frances then leaves Greta's house, and this is the last smart decision in the entire movie. See, from here on out, Frances and everyone around her makes these dumb, convoluted decisions that are just mind-boggling and frustrating. And this movie is on the verge of being cool, and then it just falters out in the second half, and it just becomes a really bad shit show. This movie is full of bad decisions, so let's take a deep dive into these bad decisions. So after Frances tells Greta that they can't hang out, "You can't sit with us!" Greta begins stalking Frances and her friend Erica. When Frances tells her friend Erica that Greta is stalking Erica, Erica leaves the crowded bar that she is in. She doesn't go out the front door. She goes out the back door into a dimly lit alley. Now the whole time Greta is sending Frances pictures of Erica. And when Erica finally notices, she doesn't do the smart thing and call the cops. No, she confronts Greta and then gets off the bus again and then almost gets hit by a taxi. When Greta shows up at Frances's work, Frances's boss makes his employee deal with that problem. That is a bad decision from a management point of view. What you send her away, you call the cops, you protect your employees. Frances tries to get a restraining order, but the cops are useless.
How is that not harassment?
Ma'am, technically she can stand there with a telephoto lens and a tripod and take your picture if she wants to. Public area, her rights are protected.
I mean, what? That's not even proper police work. And when Greta makes a scene at Frances's job, Frances's boss fires her. That's just, you can't be out here firing your employees for getting harassed and attacked. So Frances tells her father, who obviously suggests cutting Greta out of her life, but Frances, she's still unsure. Frances has to decide between going with her father on vacation and leaving the country with Erica. Erica tells Frances, hey, don't worry about all that. Go meet up with Greta, and not only does she tell her to do that, but she also tells her to lie to her. And Frances does meet up with Greta and hugs her. You should never, ever meet up with your abuser alone. And if for some reason you have to, don't go without the proper authorities. So obviously Frances is drugged and Greta puts Frances in the box. But then Frances has ample time to escape. And I am tired of this movie making it seem like this frail 60-year-old white woman is terrifying. She is not. You just push her over and run. Frances, you are an able-bodied, perfectly fine, young female in the prime of your life.
We are two healthy people in the prime of life.
You could beat her. But no, instead, you'd rather spend your time in the box and you just chill out. You made that shit your home. You I got a little TV here, I got my nightstand here, I got my bed here. It's nice, it's comfy in this box. Not a lot of space, but I'll make it my home. Is that what you did? Frances, what's going on? Get out the box. And when she opened the box, punch her in the face. Nope, she wants to learn piano instead. And then they make cookies, and Frances tries this impossible maneuver and actually cuts off Greta's finger with an unreasonably sharp cookie cutter. But instead of double tapping, and making sure Greta's out for good, she tries to leave. She can't find the key to the door, so instead of trying to break the window or going upstairs and going on the roof, she goes downstairs. I don't know, maybe she thought the Underground Railroad was down there, but she goes down in the basement and then she gets captured again. So, while all this is happening, her father, knowing that her daughter has a stalker and knowing that her roommate probably knows about the stalker, calls the police and the roommate and... Oh, wait. No, it says here that he hired a private detective. And this detective goes to investigate. He finds out that Greta was a nurse who was fired for drug abuse. So he finds Greta's house, and then Greta invites the detective in. And he can't really tell anything's off. He's like the worst detective ever. So, like, nothing, dude, nothing at all is setting off any alarms. Until he turns towards the piano and sees a secret door. Gasp. What a rookie. And Greta knocks him out, and then she shoots him. And then we actually get this pretty creepy and cool scene as well. So this and her fixing her finger are like the only two cool things I like in this movie. So the detective dude is missing, and the dad goes, oh well, I mean, what do you want me to do? I literally tried everything. Now Greta, having won, goes to find another victim. Why would you go and find another victim? You already have one in the box. And then it's Frances' friend, Erica, like I called from the beginning of the movie, there to rescue Frances. She drugs Greta, she rescues Frances, and then we get one more jump scare from Greta, which, is she the Terminator? Why does she keep coming back? You got your finger cut off, you should be dead. Alright, you should be feeling the pain of shock. What is she? Alright, what is she made of? We need her blood out here fighting coronavirus. What's going on? The movie ends with Erica holding Frances because they won, and they put Greta in the box.
What do we do now?
What, go home? You go home. That's what you do now. You won. You leave. Go home. You should have double tap. Oh god. Alright. Oh, this movie gives me headaches. If you haven't seen Greta and this hasn't ruined the movie for you, go check it out. I don't recommend it, but hey, if you got some time on your hand and you're bored, you want to make fun of a movie, Greta is the perfect movie to do that too. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Cliff, and this has been Unpack That Bowl. Peace. And then we see Drogon blasting through the city. In a chair. And Shrek was pretty... I maybe wash the shit off my hands, and then we peel it off. I've heard of Blaine seem related to like boats and like, for example, how little compromise with evil is okay as long as it all works out in the end, right? Bop, bop. He had it with the shield. He said, ha, ha, bop. Everyone was flaming him too.
Fuck that, dude.
Everyone was flaming.
Hey, we racing the roof.
Like, do something if it means everything or whatever the fuck it said. I guess so, but
Never wanted you to worry.
I did. I'm so proud.